G'day, welcome back to the channel and welcome to another MGUY EV Quickie. In this one we're going to look at another unexpected cost of owning an EV. And I should preface this by saying that in the UK, where this story is from, a lot of people still drive manual cars, which is a great thing to see. But obviously with the advent of electric cars, they're basically classed as automatics. And it's still more expensive in the UK to get automatic lessons. It's a very interesting story because it just goes to show how additional expense can catch you out from areas you weren't even expecting. My electric car costs have surged now my son is learning to drive. After spending months making the switch, I had no idea how expensive driving would become. I've been through a lot with my electric and hybrid cars. Making the switch to an electric vehicle EV and installing a charge point at home for my second-hand electric Renault Zoe took months, and I've recently battled to find any insurer to cover my battered hybrid Toyota Auris. We opted for these cars because we were keen to reduce our environmental impact while reducing our fuel costs at the same time. What I hadn't considered was what would happen when my children wanted to learn to drive, something that, it turns out, could cost us thousands because of the pricier driving lessons and expensive insurance required to get them behind the wheel of these vehicles. And while they talk about the additional costs of automatic driving lessons, which is peculiar to the UK, I think, the real issue is insurance. Once you're on the road as a new driver, the real costs kick in, particularly if you're driving an EV. The average annual premium for 17 to 24-year-olds driving manual vehicles was £1,260 in April 2025, according to data from comparison website Compare the Market, but it was £1,642 for electric vehicles, a chunky 30% more. Insurance premiums take into account the risk based on both the driver and the car they are driving, so younger drivers of EVs get clobbered both ways. Julie Daniels, motor insurance expert at Compare the Market, said younger drivers face higher premiums because they are statistically more likely to be involved in a claim, and the expense of repairing EVs can amplify that risk. 1 in 5 new drivers crash within the first 12 months of passing their test, according to research by Ocean Finance, while around 37% of 18 to 24-year-olds had at least one near miss in 2024. Either way, it seems we'll have to fork out more. We face higher costs of car insurance and for each driving lesson if Finn goes for an automatic-only driving license. Or we'll potentially need to stump up for extra driving lessons if Finn learns in a manual car but doesn't have access to a manual for practice. It's frustrating that opting for more environmentally friendly vehicles should also land us with higher costs. Plus, with our car insurance up for renewal, it became apparent that our current insurers were not exactly keen to add a 17-year-old with a provisional license to our policies. The renewal quote for our electric car with LV car insurance leapt from $392 a year to $1,134. Meanwhile, Churchill, the insurer for our hybrid car, pushed the annual premium up from £406 to £2,019. Blimey. If we'd stuck with a manual Volkswagen Polo of the same age and mileage as our electric car, the quotes after adding Finn started from £587 for a standard policy. Well, we've talked about why the insurance is more expensive. EVs are generally more expensive to repair, and insurance companies are more likely to total them out if there's a slight damage to the battery or anything to do with the battery, because they don't want to put a car back on the road that could cause a problem down the track. So that tends to push up premiums. It's now affecting people who are even learning to drive because of those extra insurance premiums and costs. All right, that's it for this one. Thanks very much for watching. See you in the next one. Bye for now.